Bowers tag class at Creekview Elementary. My name is Frank. My daughter Emma is in your class. And when I found out that you guys were doing a flight lesson in tag, I thought, well gosh, I'm a skydiver. I could come out to the drop zone and talk to a real pilot. This is Dave. Dave flies. Hi. He flies this jump plane. So the first question I want to ask Dave is, this is a giant machine. How does it fly?
It flies by moving air from above the wing to below the wing, which according to Newton's second law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So all that air going down means the airplane goes up.
How high does this plane go?
It can go up to 23,000 feet, but for skydivers, we usually go to 14,000 feet.
And then how fast does this plane fly?
It has a red line limitation before the wings would come off of 180 miles an hour.
Red line. So in how fast do you typically fly?
It has different speeds for climbing. When we first get off the ground, we go about 75 miles an hour because that gets us up high with staying close to the airport. And then when we're safely high enough that if the engine quit, we could make it back to the airport, we go at about 90, which is our best rate of climb, which gets us up to 14,000 feet as fast as possible.
Okay. So usually when I'm on this plane, we're sitting in the back, Dave's up front flying. How many people can we have on the plane at once? How many skydivers do we have?
We usually put 13 people on the plane.
Okay. And then what are the considerations that you have as a pilot when we have a plane full of jumpers in the back?
The considerations are weight and balance, which means if there's a lot of people sitting in the back of the plane, it will not fly because the tail will go down and the wing will stall. So we want to keep a lot of people up toward the front for weight and balance, and we can only carry so much weight, which is why 13 is our number that limits us. So with 13 people on, we have to have them carefully spaced in the cabin, and we can't have too much fuel on board.
All right, last question. If somebody is thinking about being a pilot or maybe wants to do that for a job when they grow up, what advice would you have for them?
I would say they should study math and science, that those are the two most important things you will use almost every day as a pilot.
Okay, awesome. Can we take a look inside the plane?
Sure, that's not a problem.
And what are we looking at here? So we see a whole bunch of controls.
Well, we have, this is called the yoke, which controls the elevators and the ailerons, which makes the plane turn left and right and go up and down. In pilot terminology, we would call this little trees, big trees.
What's down here, Dave?
Those are rudder pedals, which that big thing sticking up on the back, the vertical stabilizer, has a movable arm on the back of it called the rudder. And those pedals, that's the elevator.
Oh, the rudders.
And if you watch while I do this, you'll see that thing move.
And then go ahead and move your ailerons, Dave. So what's this? What does this do?
That tells the guy who's pumping fuel in. That makes the lift change. When you put it down, you get more lift and the wing goes up.
Very cool. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for taking time, and we'll see you for another video in just a minute.